Hey, good morning. So we're looking at the Euro USD. All right, so I already got a target down here, but I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at. All right, so I got this bracket order here, zone set up. Now, if we break above here, I will be looking for some buy setups. However, we gotta look at this area over here, and we gotta make sure that this is even worth. All right, so that's like 13 pips. I'm not even really worth it. So if I'm really truly looking for a buy setup, I really need to clear this area, maybe come back and retest this area before going higher. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I see this nice little impulse down, and then we got this little correction right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my fib extension tool, and I'm gonna get the downside targets. All right, so we're here, and this is the zone I want to take this trade to if it does indeed break to the downside. Okay. All right. Now we can take this off. Okay. And we're now going to go over and we're going to do a Fibonacci retracement tool. And you see at the 61% that it falls right into this area. So we want to, typically with your zone, you want to take it from the 61 down to the 78. So that'll be your whole entire zone that you can play around with for your targets. All right, we're going to keep it here. And typically what we want to do now, can I look for some sales setups right now? Yes, absolutely. What this would do is it would put you um, in the clear, basically. So let's say we feel it is going to come down here. Well, if we put a stop loss above here, I can handle that. You get what I'm saying? Um, that puts us in a decent situation for risk to reward setup. So that also allows us to have a better opportunity for some downside. Now, I'm not entering it right now, but I'm just giving you an example. Now, what I can do, I can pull up my tool for double top, see what's happening, and it's already showing we got a double top, and we know a double top is also a bearish signal too, right? Okay, so think of that. Take that in consideration. All right, now because we got this impulse, where's our downside target? Was right here, and this is confluence. Why? Because it lines up with between the 61 and 78% of the retracement level based off of that. Okay, now what we're going to do now is we're going to go and we're going to check out and see if we see any different imbalances with some order blocks. All right, so currently we have uh, 58% long and then got 42% on short. So we could see if this could go into our favor for us to try to get back down, at least to this area as well too. But like I said, we were really at this resistance point. We're fighting and we keep touching it. So we need to see if this is going to hold as a particular supply zone. Now let's take off. Let's move some of this out of the way for the time being, and we can go back in and we can actually chart. And this is what the supply and demand zone would do. So this was a good candle right here that dropped, and then uh, these candles right here. Let's do this. Let's see right here. All right, so this is a nice little origin that started to really move. All right, and so you see prices back into this area. So this whole area can be considered a supply uh, zone for the most part. So that can go into our favor as well too. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of rejection. So let's see if we can come back down into this zone. It will be a nice particular trade setup. Let's see how much we possibly could net down in here. So we're talking about maybe 45 pips or so. So that could be a decent day. Now, but remember, we still can go bullish as well. So that's the alternative. So of course you're going to have your um, stop losses and everything in place. Okay, now let's check out a few other plays. First, let's go to the higher time frame and let's see what the higher time frame looks like with the Bollinger Bands actually put on. So let's go on the 4 hour chart, all right, and let's throw our Bollinger Bands on. All right, and this is what we got. All right, so we're sitting a little bit above here. Um, sorry, the median above. So we're pretty good. This was a great trade yesterday, coming out of the water and coming back in. So that turned out pretty good. All right, so it's not too much else to see on this one. So let's go and let's look at U.S. dollar Japanese yen. U.S. dollar Japanese yen. And let's go check out the sentiment over here. And all right, we're mixed. So 65% are short. Now, typically when you see mixed, that really just means that probably you're going to have to go with the majority on this one. And typically, we want to take a contrarian stance, but the majority is going to be in control on this one. And as you can see, for the last couple of hours, we have been in the downtrend pretty good. Now, this is a correction, but we've come back up here to a structure, right? And we saw some more sell off. Now, be careful of this if you trading. So this is what I want you to see. Let's take these Bollinger Bands off. All right, so we got this drop off. We're going to take our fibs. We're going to stretch it down. All right, and let's go on a higher, bigger screen on it. Okay, move this out the way. Okay, so what do we have? We had a drop. All right, we crossed 23%. We dropped back below the 23%. We found some momentum to get back up here. We did not quite get here yet, but we had this pullback. Okay, so with this pullback, this is a great opportunity to look for to go long, and you may even find some strength here to get in. And if you did decide to get in, I don't know, let's say get back up. There's 30 pips at least to the 61%, but look like we can at least get back up into this area too. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this like this. We're gonna have that. All right, that looks pretty good. Now, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take and we're gonna measure here to here. Okay, we're gonna do this. Boom. We're gonna break it down. Bam. All right. So really, the ultimate target is probably the 133.968. So it's really in this area. So if you want to, you can either move like this and leave it there, but it lines up with confluence. Okay, that's really pretty close between that whole entire zone we had. All right. Now, what happened right here? Price moved a little sideways, got back up, moved sideways, then it broke out. Well, this could be considered what? A demand zone. Now, the only problem you have to worry about is that this long wick also, so price could range back into this area. So if you were to take this trade coming in, you would have to deal with the fact that it could move 33 pips within this range for that. So you want to be a little bit light maybe getting in, and then as you keep them moving up, you can increase your levels. All right, so um, I hope that helps. I know I moved a little fast, but I'm trying to do shorter videos. So I'll be pumping out more of these. Hit the like button, subscribe, and have a great day.